Kyannaku nnyo kyakaseera kano kati tuli kuteekateeka gy'oyita tombstone, ejjinja erigenda ku kabbuli lyabadde munywanyi waffe, kitaffe, maama waffe FDC. Tugenda kuteekateeka enteekateeka ey'okumuziika mu myezi 6. Mulimu ogwo gunkwasiddwa ne ttiimu yange. Sirina kyakola, amaziga gakulukuta, naye inna lillahi wa inna ilaihi rajiun. It's all with me, it's all with my soul. Gone too soon, FDC. Mukama akuwe ekiwummulo eky'emirembe. Tugenda kuteekateeka nziika mu myezi 6. Kye tukola tumanyi kiri mu mateeka, ate ebintu by'omu mateeka byegendereza. Oyinza okudda wano ne bapapala ne bagira bati ne balaganga ebige, naye kigenda babuutikira omulundi gumu.
Omusumba ye n'asaba n'agamba bagawugule gagende wakumuluma 13.
Era mbyagalira ddala pulezidenti wange
betwasaba bajje batusabire tebakoze eki tebalabise.
Parliament is not a platform for business. It's a place where we talk about issues that concern the common persons.
Kabaka yazala emiyupi ab'emiyupi ne basakanya. Kabaka yazala mara mtaa, kabaka yazala pipi ntaa.
Nze ndowooza nti ekibiina kyetaaga mpuuga.
Basaala kunnyonnyola sente zo wazifuna.
Sente nzirinze.
Abamutuufu okukayana ng'awulidde waliwo emiliyoni 5 ezitategeerekeka.
I had never seen them made into beggars. Senior citizen begging on their soldier.
Arrangements in 17 out of 20 sub-regions, those we have in our constitution regarding the trajectory of the liberation struggle and the platform to advance the same. In concise terms, the theme of today's delegates conference is refocusing the forces of change to the struggle for freedom. Upon concluding their four-stage consultations, NEC embarked on a gigantic exercise of synthesizing the views and the proposals generated, and I have the honor to present a snapshot of our findings. Number 1, reconciliation. Some scattered voices of reconciliation came through, particularly from Teso sub-region. Rwenzori and Acholi sub-regions too mooted the proposal of making the attempts at reconciliation with the Nigerian Nkumbi delegates, failure of which a new formation be established. New formation. Apart from the aforesaid 3 sub-regions, the rest of the regions that were consulted, there were 17, unanimously coalesced behind the idea of establishing a new political party and completely sever any relations with the Nigerian Nkumbi depositors. May I repeat this? Apart from the aforesaid 3 sub-regions, the rest of the regions that were consulted, the 17 regions, unanimously coalesced behind the idea of establishing a new political party and completely sever any relations with the Nigerian Nkumbi imposters. Now listen to the implications. This of necessity will entail the dissolution of the Forum for Democratic Change. Whichever is born of women, this of necessity will entail the dissolution of the Forum for Democratic Change under Article 36 of the party constitution, which provides thus. A. The National Delegates Conference or the Special Conference may dissolve the party by 2/3 majority of all delegates of National Delegates Conference and transfer the assets and the liabilities of the party. There must be a notice of at least 6 months. There must be a resolution from 2/3 of the district conferences. The resolution must be supported by at least 80% of the attendance of the delegates conference. Upon considering the aforesaid proposals, NEC hereby presents before you, the honorable delegates, the following recommendations for consideration by this delegates conference going forward. Number 1, we ask you to adopt this report. It's your decision. 2, that the process of dissolving the Forum for Democratic Change political party should commence in accordance with the provisions of Article 36 of the FDC Constitution. 3, initiate the process of forming a new political party and coalescing with any other viable formation that is in existence. 4, that the tenure of the current leadership of the FDC be extended and be charged with the duty of pursuing the processes in 1, in 2, and 3 above. That is what we are asking you to do. It's up to you to take a decision, one or the other. For the last 2 decades, the FDC has served as a study platform for the liberation struggle and the vanguard of economic, democratic governance, civil liberties, and social justice. Using the strategy of defiance envisaged under Article 3 of the National Constitution, the FDC, as the nerve center for a wide spectrum of the democracy-seeking forces, has championed the protracted struggle for rule of law and constitutionalism, and the milestones achieved are well documented. It is truism to state that the FDC brand has always been synonymous with robust internal democracy, which has been a prototype or template for different organizations within and outside Uganda. Much as the founding president was in exile at the time of the formation of FDC, the delegates who assembled at the first convention unanimously returned him as the first party president. The subsequent 3 hotly contested elections, say presidential elections, returned Colonel Dr. Besigye, General Mugisha Muntu, and Honorable Patrick Oboyi Amuriat as duly elected presidents in a free and fair exercise, hitherto unprecedented in our country. However, we all bear testimony with a great concern that the leadership of Honorable Patrick Oboyi Amuriat capitulated to the devious maneuvers and overtures that the party had been resiliently and valiantly resisted for several years, thereby veering off the party constitutional path, particularly the party vision, mission, and values enshrined in Article 6 and 8 of the Constitution. You make reference to that. And that is a serious indictment. It's a very serious one, which we cannot give space or tolerate. Those idiosyncratic of the world developments compare the delegates who assembled at an extra national delegates conference that convened at this very place on the 19th of September 2023 to suspend the then party president, Engineer Patrick Oboyi Amuriat, the then Secretary General Honorable Nanda Mafari, and the Treasurer General Honorable Geoffrey Kanya. The delegates further resolved that during suspension, the Deputy President of Uganda, Honorable Elias Lukwago, you can say his worship, should serve as the interim president, while Honorable Francis Mejushe, who was the deputy to Honorable Geoffrey Kanya, and Honorable Kaija, who deputized Honorable Nanda Mafari, performed the duties of Treasurer General and Secretary General, respectively. Except for the members who were suspended, the tenure of other NEC members was extended for a period of 6 months from the 8th of October 2023, when the tenure was set to elapse. The Toteremuka Mabwende Electoral Commission was also disbanded, and an interim electoral commission was constituted with a mandate to organize a free, fair and transparent and credible internal elections. This commission comprised of Honorable Michael Kabasukuruka as the Chief Electoral Commissioner and 3 other members, to which Honorable Jaga Wamai Wamanga, Dr. Elizabeth Twalabe, and Mr. Bone Ogomson. The interim leadership was also tasked to set up a disciplinary committee to expeditiously investigate the suspended leaders and further instructed us to challenge in courts of law the October 6th sham illegal delegates conference that was organized by Nadia Nankuma. A progress report on the implementation of the aforesaid resolutions was duly presented to the National Council sitting that convened at this very place on the 21st day of February this year. On the issue of litigation, members, you are aware that the party had been embroiled in a legal conundrum for some good time. In the run-up to the 19th September 2023 Extraordinary Delegates Conference, the imposters had engineered machinations to fraudulently secure a court order from the High Court Division presided over by Lady Justice Esther Nambayo to upstage or forestall the said conference, but all in vain. The purported ex-parte order, earlier secured by collusion on 15th September 2023, was never extended nor served on Ambassador Besigye, the national chairman, and it lapsed on 18th September 2023 on the eve of our delegates conference. Therefore, our delegates conference was lawfully convened and the resolutions thereof were binding and have never been set aside in any courts of law. The reason I'm standing before you as your qualified and legitimate president. We also proceeded to file a civil suit in the High Court number 387 of 2023, Ambassador Oswabiri and 27 others, versus Boniface Bamwenda, challenging the processes that were being undertaken to hold the aforesaid illegal delegates conference at Partida Samaj, Lukwago, on the 16th of October 2023 under the aegis of Lutebuka Bamwenda Commission. We specifically sought for a permanent injunction designating the impositors, their agents, servants, or employees acting under them. 1. From holding the office of the Chief Electoral Commissioner, FDC, without the express mandate of the National Delegates Conference. You know for record he has never been elected by a Delegates Conference. Holding and or presiding over the internal elections for the leadership of the structures of FDC. And lastly, convening the National Delegates Conference that was selected for 6 October to elect members of NEC. Distinguished members of the National Delegates Conference. The aforesaid suit is still subsisting. It had been allocated to Justice Musa Sekana, but he requested the matter to be allocated to another judge. In that suit, we had filed an interlocutor application seeking for a temporary injunction to stop the Partida Ssemujju purported Delegates Conference of October 6th. Unfortunately, in his midnight ruling on the eve of the purported Delegates Conference, Justice Sekana declined to grant it, giving spurious reasons that it had been brought in bad faith. And indeed, it's the ruling which was in bad faith. The fortunate bit of it is that the decision of Justice Sekana did not clothe the impanned Delegates Conference with legality or legitimacy. However, the main suit has not been conclusively heard or disposed of. I wish also to report that we registered a major victory in the Uganda Road Court case that had been instituted by the Nadia Nankuma quizzings through a proxy, a one Jamal Wante, challenging the legality of our national chairman. Filed criminal case number Uganda Road 1688 of 2024. The court held throughout the case on Thursday last week, the 15th of August, thereby cementing the authority and legitimacy of Ambassador Waswa Besigye as the undisputed and the unrevocable party chairman. He is unrevocable. You remember how he jumped over the fence. This came from those masqueraders, internal elections and the party structures. The delegates conference set up an interim electoral commission chaired by Michael Kamasuruka to organize transparent, free and fair election of the party. However, we suffered some setback in that the commission chairperson got the challenges that rendered him unable to effectively execute his mandate. That notwithstanding, we managed to proceed with the task, and where we stand today, structures have been built at villages, parishes, sub-counties, constituencies, and district levels across the entire country. Clap for yourself. Thank you. We must commend you for the commitment, zeal, and passion for your active participation and involvement in this exercise, which has been largely successful despite the limited resources and other impediments. At the time we had built, at that time when we presented the report to National Council, we had built structures up to the district, and it was 80%. Now we stand at 100%. A big achievement. Number 3.2. Collaboration with other forces of change. In addition to the forced resolutions, NEC had to take an additional assignment as anchored in the FDC strategic plan 2022-2027, the one which is running, of enhancing collaboration with other forces of change. We launched this at Nadia before the masqueraders took off. In our strategic plan, we are ready to continue with our strategy of defiance and non-violent struggle. In advancement of the said strategy, we had to jointly work with other forces of change. And we have had a series of engagements, meetings, public appearances, and a number of activities. I am pleased to inform you that we have cemented the bond with the different formations, and on 16th January 2024, we hosted here at Katonga a joint press conference to pass on the New Year message that would give direction to Ugandans on how to regain their sovereignty. The press conference was addressed by our patriarch, Dr. Chiza Besigye, local President Honorable Robert Kyagulanyi, Honorable Willie Chiza on behalf of Auntie, Dr. Rume Bayega of Progressive DP, Council Peter Warubiri of Progressive UPC, PPP President, the HT Wasadamu Gaira, among others. Those particular leaders made a personal call to all Ugandans to rise up and challenge the junta through demonstrations and political activity. We had lined up a series of joint activities countrywide, starting with Kampala Lira and Igam. For Kampala, we had an activity to awaken the people of Kampala about the deplorable state of infrastructure. The Kampala activity coincided with the NAM and G7 plus China conference that was used as an excuse by the junta to employ its brutal arm to thwart all our efforts. Some of us were detained and put under our service for a full week. Colonel Dr. Chiza Besigye, myself, and the Honorable Robert Kyagulanyi. That notwithstanding, we remain committed to a joint platform to push back and regain control of our country. Now, proposals and resolutions all the way forward at that particular meeting. NEC recognized the fact that the party was engrossed in a rather intricate and labyrinthine debate about the trajectory of the party and the struggle. And it deemed it prudent and imperative to present the various permutations as they were suggested by various members of the party. These were the permutations, the options. Number one, should we continue with the fight to rescue our party and evict imposters from our headquarters at Nadia? That was number one. Two, reconcile with the imposters on condition that they voluntarily vacate party offices at Nadia and denounce their nefarious conduct and scandals, and we have to add that after cleansing the press of the whatever they did there. Three, the bona fide members of FDC who are still committed to the struggle to push back the junta constitute themselves into a new formation which will entail dissolving the FDC party. Four, continue advancing the struggle under a framework of a social movement akin to the reform agenda and forget all about the divisive party politics. These two would entail the dissolution of FDC and not forming a new party. The last one was joining other existing political parties or acquire one which is dormant or in abeyance. Those were proposals. After thrashing out all those issues, members of the National Council unanimously resolved that while the consultations be conducted with the party structures countrywide within a period of 3 months. Accordingly, a program was drawn for structured engagements on regional basis. The delegates conference, which had been hitherto scheduled to take place on 19th March 2024, was accordingly postponed. The consultation process. Consultation with the party founding members. The National Executive Committee consulted the founder members of the party at a meeting convened in Namugongo on 23rd October 2023, who appreciated the efforts that had hitherto been undertaken to address the crisis benefiting the party. The thrust of their concern and recommendation was that the interim leadership of the party should explore all available options to reinvigorate the spirit and ideals espoused and agreed upon at Bonita on 7th August 2004. They emphasized the dire need to jealously regard the sanctity of the party constitution and the pedigree painstakingly built out of sacrifices and blood of many forefathers and other Ugandans. Nationwide consultations on the way forward. The National Council of 21st February this year considered the party president's report and resolved that the 5 optional pathways be presented to the wider party leadership across the country for consideration so as to build a broader national consensus on the way forward. The national consultations kicked in earnest on 11th March 2024 with the Kampala and Wakiso district structures at a meeting held in Kireka, Kira municipality. That regular meeting again was organized by Honorable FDC Ibrahim. Thank you very much.
19 omwezi ogw'omunaana omwaka 2024 kitegeeza twakamala mu bukulembeze emyezi 11 olwaleero okubadde kufulumya alipoota ku ebyo bye tutambuzza okumala emyezi 11 kuyita omwaka ye lipoota y'omwaka era mu biwulidde byonna bye tuyiseemu omwaka guno gwonna okutuusa wano. Sooka neebaza abampa obuyinza buno era bakama bange nga nyina obba reportingira. Ekyokubiri nga tulina okusalawo ku bintu ebikulu omulimu ebimu ebyampeebwa ne ttiimu yange mu delegates conference eyatuula wano kubikwatagana n'emisango gyonna gye tulimu, ebikwatagana n'ebyaliwo ebyokulonda structures, ebikwatagana n'ebyokwatagana n'ebibiina ebirala, ebikwatagana wamu n'okulaba ekkuba eppya lye tugenda okukwata oluvannyuma lw'ekitebe kyaffe okuwambibwa. Byonna tubiripootinze olwaleero ne tusazeewo ebintu 8 olwaleero ebikulu ddala. Ekisooka kwe kugamba nti FDC kiruma kya nnaku naye nga tulina okugidizolovinga oba okugisattulula okusinziira mu kawaayiro aka 36 akasemateeka ya FDC era nga periodi eyo tulina okudizolovinga ekibiina ekyo oluvannyuma lw'okuwa enotisi ya myezi 6. Olwaleero obukulembeze bwange bukwasibwa obuyinza kuba bwongezeddwayo ekisanja ekirala nga bwe muwulidde resolution efulumye bwongezeddwayo ekisanja ekirala naye no kansoke mbawo resolutions. Namba 1 tuggalewo FDC, namba 2 tutandike ekibiina ekipya oba tufuneyo ekirala kye tuyingiramu nga tukitereeza tukitambuliremu. Ekyokusatu obukulembeze bwange bwongeddwayo ekisanja bukole ku mulimu ogwo. Ekyokuna okuvumirira ebyabadde okuvumirira gavumenti ku nsonga z'ekiteezi olw'okubanga yabagajjalira abantu bano. Ekirala kwe be bantu baffe abasibiddwa 36 abali e Luzira ne babanga baggalibwa bwemage nga balina okuteebwa era nga tulina okukola kyonna ekisoboka. Then n'omulimu ogw'okukwatagana n'ebibiina ebirala tubenga tutambuza olutabaalo luno n'okulaba abantu baffe bano abavubuka abazze basibibwa entakera ku bisango simanya nuisance aid and disorderly, abavubuka abajenizi abalwanyisa enguzi, okulaba nti nno tuvumirirwa ekyokubatulugunya n'okubasibira obwereere. Nabo political prisoners abasibiridwa obwereere nga tukivumirira. Naye ekiddako akaseera kano kwe kubanga amangu ddala nga bwe kisoboka omulimu tugenda gutandikako bukwa. Amateeka tugategeera bulungi, obuwaayiro twabwetegerezza dda, kyannaku nnyo kyakaseera kano kati tuli kuteekateeka gyoyita tombstone, ejjinja erigenda ku kabbuli lyabadde munywanyi waffe, kitaffe, maama waffe FDC. Tugenda kuteekateeka enteekateeka ey'okumuziika mu myezi 6. Mulimu ogwo gunkwasiddwa ne ttiimu yange. Sirina kyakukola, amaziga agakulukuta, naye inna lillahi wa inna ilaihi rajiun. It's all with me, but it's all with my soul. Gone too soon, FDC. Mukama akuwe ekiwummulo eky'emirembe. Tugenda kuteekateeka nziika mu myezi 6. Obuvunaanyizibwa bw'onkwasiza. Ekyokubiri kwe kutandikawo ekyombo ekipya ekigenda otusaabaza mu mayengo getirimu akaseera kano. Ekyombo ekyo tulina enteekateeka nnyingi ze tugenda okulambulula mu maaso awo ez'okulaba nti ekyombo kino n'enkasi gye tukutte kitusaabaza amayengo g'ennyanja ge tulimu mu ggwanga lyaffe lino. Kyekibiina ekipya era proposals weeziri already ku table, amannya baagatuwadde ge balowoozaako ne butya bwe tuyinza okukikola, oba tulina bye tukwata ekibiina ekirala, oba tutandikawo kipya ne tutandika registration y'emikono 55 okuva mu districts, oba biki, ebyo byonna tugenda bikolako. Tumanye emiziziko egiriwo ewamambi abakama okuwandiisa ekibiina tugitegeera bulungi, naye njagala obbakakasa nti tumaliridde obukulembeze bwaffe obwange bwenkulembera, tumaze okwebuulirira ku mulimu ogwo. Tugenda kwanganga byabakama wano mu kuggala FDC, tumanye agenda kututeekawo omuzizi, naye tugenda kufaafaagana naye. Ne bwe kinaaba kyetaaga mutwala muko tujja mutwala FDC tulina ogiggalawo, ekyo mbakakasa. Ekyokubiri tumanyi tugenda kwanganga ne byabakama mu kuwandiisa ekibiina ekipya, naye nakyo obuvumu n'obumalirivu byonna tubirina, omulimu ogwo tugenda kugukola. So n'ebigambo ebyo tusaba Mukama tukwatireko olugendo luno. Yesi lwangu ne mbakakasa tujja dduvunuka ng'Omukama ye mubeezi waffe. Ndowooza byebyo. Yes. Njagala kino mukitegeere. Nze ndi ku tiketi ya FDC mu City Hall ne bamemba ba FDC gye bali mu Parliament. Bwe tutandika process tekitegeeza nti FDC tugivuddemu oba kikomyawo. Tukyaliwo nga FDC okumala ebbanga eryo lye tugenda okudda wano tulangirire mu butongole nti kati FDC tugimaliriza okugisaanyawo. Era olwaleero tumulipooti nga tugigaddewo. Olwaleero tutandise ku nteekateeka ey'okuziika FDC. Okutuusa nga tumaze okugiziika tuba tukyaliwo. Ekyo mukitegeere bulungi. Era temutubuuza nti ate kaakati muli ki? Tukyali FDC okutuusa nga tumaliriza ogidissolvinga, tennabeera dissolved. Tugenda gaba notice nga ssemateeka wa FDC bw'agamba article ya 36, enotice ey'emyezi 6 buli awakanya okuggalawo kwa FDC ekitebe ekiri wano fayiro yagguddwawo aleete ensonga wano mu buwandiike. Era notice eyo bwefuluma amateeka gawa eddembe omuntu yenna awakanya okugidissolvinga aleete court order. So emyezi 6 bwe ginaggwako nga tewali awakanyiza obanga okuwakanya kwe tukutumiddemu ne tukusitula mu kasero nga tugenda mu maaso n'okugizingako tugisse weteekeddwa okubeera. So ekyo kye tugenda okukola mu myezi gino 6.
Lord Mayor yandigambye tosagamba nti ogenda kuggalawo FDC amwavaayo FDC eyeyiragana muli kiwayiteekateeka. Wuliriza, ssemateeka ffe gwe tugoberera owa FDC, ssemateeka wa FDC awa national chairman biriggwa okuyita olukiiko lwa delegates conference
kakati njagala buli agamba nti waliwo abadde olukiiko olulala olw'abadelegates nga lukubirizibwa biriggwa olwateekawo gavumenti eyo gye mwogerako ekimpatire Najjanankumbi. Njagala ekyo muntu akyogere era kyova olaba kyatwala n'omwami omu bali ab'e Najjanankumbi kyabatwala mu kooti eya Buganda Road okuwabira mukulu biriggwa nti yeeyita kyatali impersonation bwe yeeyita national chairman kyatali omusango ne bagugoba okutuusa nga wavuddeyo kooti order egamba nti Mr. Ambassador Biriggwa si ye national chairman. Toyinza gamba nti olukiiko lutudde wano luba luli bweru wa mateeka. Njagala kino mukifune bulungi mukiggwe nnyalwe. Bw'abanga national chairman eyalondebwa delegates conference ye Biriggwa 2017 ye Biriggwa yalina oluyinza yekanga national chairman okuyita olukiiko lwa delegates conference mu ssemateeka ya FDC. Yali ayise luli luddawa olwakyusa obukulembeze. Bulijjo tubeera naye mu nkiiko wano. So weeraba Biriggwa manyaawo ewali ewatuufu kubanga ye national chairman. Weeraba omulala manya oyo impositor. Kyokka olaba ekigambo tukozesa impositor abeewanga ku kintu okwewaŋŋamya ku kintu. So ffe kye tukola tumanyi kiri mu mateeka ate ebintu by'omu mateeka byegendereza. Oyinza okudda wano ne bapapala ne bagira bati ne balaganga ebige naye kigenda babuutikira omulundi gumu. Nga bwe bajja mujja kukiraba.
Omusumba ye n'asaba n'agamba bagawugule gagende wakumuluma 13
era mbyagalira ddala pulezidenti wange
be twasaba bajje batusabire tebakoze eki tebalabise.
Parliament is not a platform for business. It's a place where we talk about issues that concern the common person.
Kabaka yazala ebintu ne basakanya. Kabaka yazala mara mtaa, kabaka yazala pincha.
Nze ndowooza nti ekibiina kyetaaga mpuuga.
Basaala kunnyonnyola sente zo zifuna.
Sente nzirinze.
Abamutuufu okkaayana ng'awulidde waliwo emiliyoni 5 ezitategeerekeka.
I had never seen them made into beggars. Senior citizen begging on their soldier.
Tugenda kwekalakasa paka kulira.